Hi guys, so I'm going to be looking at this Nightblade AOE build I've made, and I mainly made it because I've noticed that especially in public dungeons and areas when there's lots of enemies, as a Nightblade DPS I struggle because we're so squishy, and most of our things are catered to single target. And so for my melee, I'm pretty much all single target. I have no AOE whatsoever, and that's another reason why it's tough. I mean, I could have morphed some of the things to AOE, but at the loss of damage, you know. But with this, I figured out pretty quickly that some of these AOE abilities with bow and shadow will be getting you ultimate very quickly, and then you combine that with a strong AOE ultimate like the siphoning one, and you have a pretty good AOE kind of thing going on. And basically, the main skills you're going to want are Bombard, Refreshing Path, or the other one, it doesn't really matter, and Scorched Earth. You could use the other one, but I like this because it gives a dot afterwards, which also will get you ultimate. And for Nightblades, I believe you get, I think it's 2 ultimate for every time you do damage. It could be more or less, but regardless, you're getting ultimate fast, especially with these overtime things. And then Bombard is also AoE, so that's nice because that will net you a decent amount of ultimate when you use it. The other 2 abilities really are up to you. I just use this Venom Arrow for some damage to take out enemies that if they still have a decent amount of health afterwards. And then I usually use Swallow Soul, but I use Killer Blade with this, especially for large groups, because after you go through your rotation, there's going to be enemies that are at very low health, and especially if you're in trouble, the health return on this will help you out. And also it's cheap and you can just kind of spam it to kill everyone. But basically, with this build you'll be getting ultimate very fast, and in every pull you're going to be able to use your ultimate basically. The only downside is it doesn't work as well when you don't open from stealth, because you can't control the enemies as well, and that CC from Bombard, the snare and root, really helps out with that. Although, honestly, I wouldn't do this because you wouldn't be getting ultimate from it, but you could use Shadowy Disguise or the other one, because when you go invisible the mobs just kind of stand there, so that would work too if you want, but like if you have more magicka. But I mean, I just use this because it gives ultimate and it does the same thing. Now, if you wanted to use this sort of tactic for melee, you could use Cleave from two-handed, Whirlwind from dual wield. You could actually use a lot of the stuff from Destruction Staff, but honestly they already have enough AoE, so you don't really need to use the whole ultimate thing every fight. I don't think One Hand Shield has any AoE. No. But that's mainly for tanking. I don't know, like, it just kind of seems awkward to use that as a Nightblade unless you're tanking. But yeah, so you could switch out things, and then Assassination, the Lotus Fan morph of this would work to get ultimate. Drain Power from Siphoning, which is melee, that would work too. But I'm using a ranged one, just because I mainly use my bow for PvE and burst damage in PvP, but it's my only option for AoE right now. Alright, so here's a nice little group of mobs, and this works the best I found if they're all grouped up like this in close proximity. And this is in the Vilemance dungeon, the public dungeon in Reaper's March. And I'm level 40, these guys are level 39, so I'm not too overpowered, and my gear is kind of crappy, or probably some of it's damaged. There's all this greens and like a blue. And basically how you're going to want to do this is, you're going to start with Scorched Earth, just put that right on them, and as soon as that starts ticking, you want to Bombard from range though, because if you get in close with Bombard, it's probably not going to hit the full group, and then you're going to have a couple guys that run out of your AoEs, and it just gets obnoxious to deal with. But, so, Scorched Earth, Bombard, Refreshing Path, start advancing. You can Bombard again if you need to, and if you have the stamina, because that will definitely bump you up into 150 ultimate to use your Soul Leech ultimate. And I want to point this out right now. I am not a vampire, but my ultimate charges so fast, it's ridiculous. Alright, so Scorched Earth, Bombard, Refreshing Path, Bombard again, and full ultimate, and everyone's dead pretty much. So I started out with no ultimate before that. None at all, and now I'm at 40% again. So yeah, I really love this skill setup. It's satisfying to use, and it's just kind of like unique and fun. A weird melee archer guy running at you and then exploding in the air, you know. Just gonna run in and block. Oh, hello. And really try to get all of them in your Scorched Earth. You just want to get right in the middle of them and use your Soul Leech ultimate for massive damage. And you can see on the left all the damage numbers. That is really the main reason why you're getting so much ultimate, because you're hitting with them with a lot of things at once. All those numbers. And then boom. Oh. Like you most likely won't even get hit by any, honestly. If you can ensure that they stay in your ultimate, they're not going to live long enough to attack you. Now, if they do start attacking you, you can run into problems because you're squishy as fuck as a Nightblade, you know. And that's one of the reasons I have Killer's Blade on here. Although Strife or Swallow Soul would work well too. Just for that little buffer. And you can kite around with Bombard and Refreshing Path if you need to. But really try to get all of them in your thing. I don't think I'll be able to hit all of them with this, I'm not sure. I can try. Most of them. Alright. And then I just kind of stand in here and block. Kill them. Thank you, Mr. Sorcerer. For some reason my Bombard did not go off, but doesn't matter. No, this is gonna be kind of funny. This is just amusing. I mean, I had a little bit of help right there, but you know, hey, oh, what's happening? It works very well in public dungeons, I will say that, and it doesn't work as well when there's not a lot of enemies. But if there's not a lot of enemies, you can just use single target stuff anyway, so it's not really a problem. So again, just demonstrating it. Scorched Earth, Bombard, Path, Bombard again if you want, and ultimate, and they're dead. Boop. I don't think I have Soul Harvest as my melee ultimate, and that increases the ultimate you get from kills, but I don't think that matters because it's not in my bow slot. But if it does work like that, that's kind of cool because that will also help. I don't think it does though. So yeah, the AOEs are really just filler for the ultimate basically. They don't do much damage, but they will whittle them down and then you can finish them off with the ultimate. Alright, so that's pretty much it. If anyone wants to try out the melee version, like make a melee build of this, using the same kind of ultimate gain AOE type of thing, that would be cool if you could tell me how it goes, because I might try it out if I made another Nightblade. Alright, thanks guys.